It is tempting to conclude that the nth root of a to the nth power equals a for all real numbers a, but part D of problem 2 shows that this is not the case. If n is even, then the nth root of a to the n power is positive, even if a itself is negative. Take note, property, nth roots of nth powers. For any real number a, the nth root of a to the nth power equals a if n is odd, and the absolute value of a if n is even. It is easy to overlook this rule for simplifying radicals. It is particularly important that you remember it when the radicand contains a variable expression. You must include the absolute value when n is even, and you must omit it when n is odd. Problem 3. Simplifying radical expressions. What is a simpler form of each radical expression? Part A. The square root of 16x to the 8th power. Well, we can rewrite the square root of 16x to the 8th power as the square root of 4 squared times x to the 4th power squared. And that's equivalent to the square root of 4x to the 4th power squared. So we can write that's equal to the absolute value of 4x to the 4th power, which is 4x to the 4th power. You need to include absolute value symbols because the index of a square root is 2, which is even. However, the absolute value of 4x to the 4th equals plain old 4x to the 4th because x to the 4th is always non-negative. Part B. The cube root of a to the 6th power b to the 9th. Well, the cube root of a to the 6th b to the 9th can be rewritten as the cube root of a squared to the 3rd power times b to the 3rd power to the 3rd power. So this becomes the cube root of a squared b to the 3rd all to the 3rd power, and that is a squared b cubed. In this case, the index is odd. It's 3. So you cannot include absolute value symbols here. Part C. The 4th root of x to the 8th power y to the 12th. Well, the 4th root of x to the 8th y to the 12th can be rewritten as the 4th root of x squared to the 4th power times y cubed to the 4th power. And that becomes the 4th root of x squared y cubed to the 4th, and that equals x squared times the absolute value of y cubed. The index is even. The absolute value symbols ensure that the root is positive when y cubed is negative. Absolute value symbols are not needed for x squared, since x squared is always non-negative. Your turn, Part A. What is the simplified form of the radical expression, the square root of 81x to the 4th power? Part B. What is the simplified form of the radical expression, the cube root of a to the 12th b to the 15th? Part C. What is the simplified form of the radical expression, the 4th root of x to the 12th y to the 16th power?